Yes, hello. Is this Rosenior's mechanic shop? Yeah, I just had a quick call. I wanted to ask about fixing my car because you see, I've been having some issues with my tires. They seem to be a little flat. Poke holes in them. Okay, good. I just wanted to check and see what you would say. Yep, definitely not calling him to fix anything. What's up, guys, and welcome to the Blues and Stripes. So yeah, just another game to show Liam Rosenior needs to be sacked, and Winstanley and Stewart need to be gone for hiring him, because this is now 6 games in a row without scoring a goal, and we look absolutely pathetic. You would think we need to try to get some good attacking players on. We need to try to create some good attacking rhythms in this team. But Rosenior said no. Let's bring on 5 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 2 attackers. That'll score some goals. Oh, it didn't score some goals. What? I'm shocked. No, I'm not. Nobody's shocked. This is the worst lineup you could have possibly put out. You change up the entire formation, 3-4-3, out of nowhere. 5 defenders on the pitch for some stupid reason. You play Gusto again for no good reason at all. And we're shocked that we lose 3-0 against a Brighton team that couldn't even beat Spurs. We're losing to Spurs, by the way. We're going to lose to Spurs and help them stay up. And that's just going to be the ultimate embarrassment for having Rosenior here if he does not get sacked today. Like, this should be final straw. Before we have a chance to get knocked out by Leeds on the weekend, get somebody in who can at least inspire these players, please. I don't care who the hell it is, just get somebody. This guy's lost any sort of inspiration, any sort of motivation, because these players don't give a shit. I mean, just watch this performance today. Nobody cared. Everybody's walking around. Everybody's 50% jogging. This was probably the worst performance we've seen all season long. We got outplayed today. Do we have a shot? I don't think we had a shot. We did have a shot. Do we have a shot on target? That's the question. I don't think we did. And it comes down to this manager doesn't know what the hell he's doing. This is always the concern whenever you bring in an inexperienced manager. Again, I'm not going to say he needs to be gone right away, but whenever he was hired, this was the concern, that he was going to be too inexperienced to get us to be better, to make us challenge for the top 4. To get us back in Champions League next season. We're not going to do that with him in charge. And that's why you don't go with a rookie. That's why you got to stop going with rookies. Go get somebody with experience. Like, I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of these young, inexperienced managers coming here, and we just have to hope maybe this one will be the one that we can stick with for the next few years. There's no reason to stick with him after this. This is Graham Potter level. And there's a reason why Graham Potter was let go as early as he was. You know, with Maresca, there was at least a sign that things could get better. So that's why they decided to stick with him through that rough patch. But he did show a little bit of a turnaround at the end. Rosenior's not showing any of that. Things have gone bad, and they just keep getting worse. And that's how it was with Graham Potter too, because they don't know how to inspire players. They don't know how to get things turned around. So get this joker out of here. I guess we'll have to just stick with McFarlane for the rest of the season. Because again, he didn't win, but at least we were scoring goals. And then actually go get an experienced manager in the summer. Go get somebody who knows how to work with these young players, who can actually get them playing at their best again. Because we need some of these players to play at their best. We're not seeing it at the moment. When the likes of Caicedo, the likes of Cucurella, when they're playing as bad as they are right now, that just shows you how bad Rosenior is as a manager, that he's brought them down to this level. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Rosenior. Again, I think Winstanley and Stewart, they need to be gone as well for hiring him, for thinking he was going to be the answer, and for their whole transfer strategy, which has clearly not worked out after 4 years of it. So it's time to get both of them out, get one guy in the position that only requires one person at every other club in the Premier League except for relegation-threatened Spurs. Go get somebody who can do this job well, who knows how to build a winning team, and not just a team for the future, because this whole transfer strategy has been a mess from day one. I called it. I was hoping I was wrong, but here we are. And if I was able to predict from day one that this idea of just buying young players with no experience, if I was able to predict that that would go wrong, that tells you that these guys that are in charge of this, these 2 dunderheads who are doing the job of one person, they don't know what the hell they're doing. Get them out. But anyway, on to the players, because a lot of these players are looking like they need to be shipped out in the summer. Sanchez once again showed his inconsistency. Made some good saves. A couple of them I thought he could have done better, and on the ball he looks atrocious, so we need a better keeper. Gusto should not be playing. Once again, right off the bat, his problems are exposed. For the 200th time in the past 2 years, ball comes across to the back post, and he is completely unaware of what's behind him, because he's just standing and ball watching. Instead of opening up like every defender that's worth their salt knows you should do, he's square, staring at the ball. And so ball comes across, Matoma's right there, no pressure on him, has an easy shot. So I don't know how many times Gusto has to get beat behind from somebody running in that he's not aware of. I don't know how many times that has to happen before somebody goes, hey, we should not be playing this idiot because he can't do his job defensively. But my God, if I see him again on the weekend, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. I'm so sick of seeing Gusto do the same damn thing every week, and he gets paid for it. If I make that type of mistake at my job, I'm gone. If I do it 200 times in a row, I'm done. They don't trust me, and yet we keep trusting him. The fact that he brought on Achimpong in stoppage time right after the third goal is a joke. It's almost like a slap in the face to the kid. Like, hey, I don't trust you enough to play you over this guy who keeps making the same mistake, but I'll bring you in for the last 3 minutes after we're already 3 goals down. After we just conceded a third. Shut up, kid. That's what it feels like. If I were Achimpong, I'd want to leave the club. So stop playing Gusto. If James is back, I mean, obviously he goes in right away. But for Pete's sake, play Josh Achimpong. Play him at right back. He'll do a better job than Gusto. I almost guarantee it. Fofana was back to his worst today. He's had a couple of games where he's looked okay, but today he looked awful. Too easy to beat him over the top. Caught out of position too many times. It's just not good enough. Chalobah looked all out of sorts, but I mean the whole defense was because we were playing an entirely new formation and you could tell they were not prepared for it. And even Hato, who has been probably one of the few bright sparks in this awful run of form, he looked terrible today too. So nice to see that Rosenior's even killed the one good thing that's been going for us for these past couple of matches. Cucurella was awful. Caicedo was very average today. Too easy to get the ball off of him, and defensively I didn't see him making nearly as many game-saving challenges as he's used to doing. Lavia was just sort of in there. He wasn't really giving us much of anything, which is not what we want to see from him. Neto gave us nothing. Delap, once again, was Delap. He's probably going to go down as the worst striker in Chelsea history. He's got some stiff competition for that, to be honest. And Enzo was back and forth all match. Had some good moments, had some bad moments. Just not good enough from him overall. And I know you can't help the fact that Palmer's injured. You can't help the fact that Pedro's injured. Esteval's injured. There's a lot of injuries. I get that. But for Rosenior, this is still not a good enough lineup. This is still not a lineup that says, we're going to go get a goal today. Because that's what we need at this point. We just need to freaking score. Like the results, yeah, we'd like to win. We all want to win. But at this point, we just want to see a goal. Because that's something we haven't seen for 6 matches now. And you go with this lineup. I'm sorry, I'm getting back on Rosenior. I shouldn't be doing that. Getting into the subs, I mean, none of the subs really helped too much. Garnacho at least provided a little bit more attacking. So we started the second half well, but that quickly faded as soon as the heads started to drop, and he just went back into a same old lack of quality on the ball that we've seen from him most of the season. Guiu came on, provided some more energy in the press, but didn't provide anything when we had possession. I think Asugo also came in around the same time, and he didn't provide much of anything in the midfield. And the last sub was Achimpong, like I said, in stoppage time, few minutes left, and that just sort of tells you Rosenior had no desire to turn this game around either. He doesn't feel any pressure. The players don't feel any pressure to turn it around. It's just all whatever. And I hate this apathetic feeling that we have now. I said it in the Newcastle match, which was, 4 losses ago now? There was such a sense of apathy to turn this bad run around. You know, after the embarrassing performances against PSG, we wanted to see something, anything to say, hey, we're going to turn this around. We're going to show some fight. And there was just nothing in that Newcastle match. And then there was nothing in the Everton match. I think the PSG second leg was in there. Nothing in that match. Nothing in the Man U match, nothing in the Man City match, nothing in this match. There's just nothing right now with these players, with this manager. There's no sense that, yeah, we're going to fight back. I mean, hell, the fact that Spurs, who've looked like they've just been out of it for the past 2 or 3 months, to the point where it almost felt like a lot of these players were just sleepwalking into relegation because they thought, we'll just get out of here and go somewhere else. Like, that was what everybody thought. We look worse than them now. It's just absolutely embarrassing, and Rosenior was a terrible appointment. Again, these sporting directors need to go. He needs to go. And let's try to at least end this season with some dignity before we go in the summer and we improve where we need to improve. We get some of these jokers like Garnacho, like Delap. We get them out of the club and get some quality attackers and get the experience we need in the manager seat, in defense. But all that is in the summer. Right now, like I said, there needs to be change because this is not, these players need to be under pressure. You know, I know Matt from the Stanford Sink, he's talked about it a little bit, and I agree. The fact that Rosenior doesn't throw these players under the bus, it's a much welcome feeling because a lot of these players, I think, they didn't respond well to that, to when Maresca threw them under the bus. But at the same time, it feels like he's not really doing anything in training either. It's one thing to not publicly go to the media and say, hey, this guy needs to improve, but you should be saying it on the training pitch. You should be saying it behind closed doors. You should be going to the likes of Delap, to the likes of Garnacho, to the likes of Gusto. You should be going to these guys and saying, hey, this is not good enough. It doesn't look like he's doing it that. It looks like he's, in the private moments, he's still going, just, hey guys, you guys are doing okay. All right, this is all on me. You guys just keep doing what you're doing. We'll get there eventually. That's not what we need right now. We need these players to fight for their lives. So get a manager in or get some people in who can make them do that. Who can say, hey, we've got to step up. You've got to step up or your job's on the line. But whatever. I mean, like I said, there's such a feeling of apathy. I'm trying not to let it affect me because I don't want to just be giving apathetic review after apathetic review. But my God, I don't have a desire to talk about this team because what is there to talk about? The players, the manager, the sporting directors, the ownership, it feels like there's just no desire to turn this around. So unless things change, I just don't see any way that we're going to win a game or even score a goal. And that's embarrassing to say. The idea that in the last 5-6 matches I think we have left, in these last 5 to 6 matches, the chances of us not scoring a goal are incredibly high. And again, it's another damning indictment on why Rosenior should just be gone. And the guys who hired him should also be gone. But anyway, not going to go around in circles on that again. So those are all of my thoughts. With all that being said, cue the outro. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more Chelsea previews, reviews, and talks. Also, let me know what your thoughts are down below, whether you agree, disagree, or just want to call me stupid. Let me know, we can talk about it, discuss all that good stuff. Also, if you want to hear me talk about TV shows and movies that I like, check out my channel Mason the Brock Henderson, where I upload reviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As well as if you want to watch me play through video games and try to make it entertaining for you, I have a Let's Play channel, Meso Hendo Plays, where I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, if you do want to help me grow this channel, I do have a Patreon where all the funds and donations will go directly into improving this channel's quality. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace out, and up the Chels.